What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Will Hunters. You're now tuned into Legendary Wisdom, where you'll gain information to guide you throughout your day and hopefully throughout your journey. Today, I'm joined by two special guests. Um, to my left, need no introduction. Paris B, what's going on, G?
It's good, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man.
That's what's up. Give me some. Give me some. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. And to my right, we got a surprise guest. We're gonna throw a surprise in there. I'm gonna let her tell y'all her full name, but I'm gonna call her Jay today. Is it Jay? I said Jay, right?
Yeah, Jay.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jay.
What's up? What's up? It's Jvde Vanessa, also known as JVDE.
Yep. Now today I got a couple questions, well, a few questions I'm gonna ask my guest today, and we're just gonna give y'all a good show. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all learn from these two artists and help you throughout your journey in music, or fashion, or business, wherever the case may be. I'm gonna start off to my left. Paris, tell the people about who you are and what they don't know about you.
What they don't know. Jeez. Well, my name is Paris. As
Yeah.
many of you guys know, I sing, dance. I just like to create. How I started in music was just growing up. You know, when you growing up and your mom's in the living room in the morning playing them old school
Right,
jams. You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
And Usher really caught my attention. And after that, it was kind of like I took off from there.
Okay.
But just growing up, I was in sports, football, basketball.
Right.
And then after high school, I was kind of like, I'm tired of getting hit.
Facts.
You feel me?
Facts. Hell yeah.
So I ended up jumping on this high school tour with my first manager. Her name was Shay. Big ups to Shay.
Shout out to her.
And yeah, and then after that, it's kind of been a journey ever since.
I feel that. I feel that. Did you say what they don't know about you?
What they don't know about me?
Yeah, what they don't know about you?
Man, I don't know. I feel like I'm a very spiritual being. I feel like if you don't know that, I'm a very spiritual being, man. And lately, I've just been deep diving into the spirituality, as in self healing and medicine,
Mm-hmm.
all that.
Respect. Respect. Now, Jade, tell me about you. Tell the people who you are and what they don't know about you.
So I'm an artist. I'm also a creator. And when I say artist, that falls into an umbrella of music, art, whatever you want to call
Right.
art, fashion, whatever. Um, I'm from Boston, and so yeah, I have a family of music,
Oh.
and that's what brought me out here to Cali.
Mm-hmm.
And my genre is R&B, sometimes hip hop, sometimes pop. I just released a single actually, so it's like very different from what I normally do. It's Afro pop.
Dope.
So yeah, I'm out here finding my new sound, and I guess that's what people don't know about me, because like you can't really box me into one category.
That's dope.
So like, yeah,
What genre do you prefer?
I don't know. I'm really versatile, so I like everything, but R&B, yeah,
That's home for you.
yeah,
I feel
probably.
that. I feel that. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna start off with you, Jade. What was some roadblocks that you encountered in music, and then what motivates you to keep going?
Mm. It's a really good question. So obviously, coming from a family of music, there's a lot of people involved in like
Right.
roles they want to play.
Uh-huh.
And so I have four older brothers, all producers, rappers. They all do something
Right.
involved. So, you know, being younger than them, like looking up to them, I see all of them as able and just like, so talented. It's like,
Right.
okay, who do I choose to really guide me through this, for where I want to take it? And so I went with my oldest brother. He's out here. His name is Nas Stravagant, and he's a producer out here. He's
Shout out to him.
yep, a business owner. He does many things, wears many hats. So yeah, I chose him on my path, and I'm like in the best place I've ever been in my identity as an artist and just with my sound.
Gotcha. So that as far as your identity as an artist and then your sound as an artist, it was the hardest for you.
It was the hardest choosing the mentor for the job
Got you.
to get there.
Got
Yeah,
you.
to
Okay.
develop me as
An artist.
as far as I could be.
Got you. So what's your motivation?
My motivation is my family.
Uh,
I
okay.
mean, I got to carry the legacy, and
Yeah,
it's my turn. They're handing the
exactly.
baton to me.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Paris, what's up, man? Tell me, some roadblocks you encountered in music and what motivated you to keep going.
Roblox and music.
I mean, you can tell me about as far as collaborations. It's hard to collaborate with people. You can tell me, uh,
Okay,
whatever the case may be.
okay, I would say my roadblocks in music has been under myself, if that makes sense. I feel like just my whole music career, or when it started when I was like 20, 21,
Hmm.
is when I really started taking it seriously.
Right.
Just me putting my time and energy in the wrong places. I
Okay.
feel like growing up, um, I didn't get really the love that I wanted from my parents. So I
Mm.
always looked for it in relationships,
Gotcha.
which
Gotcha.
steered me off to the wrong direction sometimes. And when my focus should have been on music, it was on relationships and et cetera, et cetera.
Right. Right.
So now I'm in a space where, I don't know, I feel like I was in a space just blaming other things instead of blaming myself on why I'm not at a certain level or why I'm not here and why I'm not here.
Right.
So in this part of time in life is just really been reflected on what I got to do for myself.
For sure. For sure. So, what's that? The motivation is to become your future self.
Yeah, and not go back to the same patterns that was causing me to not elevate my growth.
Right. I mean, in a sense, if you think about it, it's more so of a blessing in disguise
Facts.
because without going through those trials and tribulations and going through those relationships and going through those experiences, what you gonna sing about? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
What's the music? What's the content? What is
Yeah.
it gonna be about? You know what I mean? So going through those things helped you throughout your journey, and I feel like that helps all of us throughout our journey. A
Facts.
lot of people try to say, I went through this, I will go back and change this. I wouldn't change nothing,
Facts.
because to change it means that you're changing the trajectory of your life and to changing, what is to come for you. You know what I mean? So, um, I commend you on that because a lot of people don't think about, you know what I'm saying? It's me, it's my fault. You know
Maybe
what I'm
it's me.
saying? Like a lot of
Yeah.
people just say, oh, it's this fault, this person's fault, this circumstances why this didn't happen. Everything aligns with you. You know what I'm saying? When you control um the way things move and you control your environment, you're able to move in the right direction. Um, what does music mean to you?
Without music, I don't know where I would be. I
Yeah,
said everything that I've been through is like music has been my outlet to express how I feel.
for that.
You feel me? Because like
Yeah.
I said, growing up, I wasn't really able to express how I felt on a lot of things. So music has been my expression.
Now, let me ask you something real quick, because I feel like I gotta ask you this question. I feel like I might know the answer to it,
Okay.
but I don't know. I gotta ask you personally. So, do you feel like in your want to start getting into music, did you feel like you had no support in that?
I would say not no support, but I guess in my family, when you tell somebody your goals and your dreams, it's kind of like it's too big. Certain
Mm-hmm.
people can't see that high. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So they try to downplay, oh no, you should do this or get a regular job and live the ordinary LA American dream. You feel
Right,
me?
right.
So that's what I had. Not they say not like support, but just people like, nah, you should do something else. And
Right.
yeah,
I mean, I asked that because I went through that same situation. Like my whole life, I feel like the people who my parents and elders in my life always try to steer me in the direction of where they want me to go.
exactly.
And I feel like everybody had a dream when they were a kid. They were a kid, but somebody killed that dream. So a lot of times people aren't even able to dream anymore because they feel like they're not going to be able to get there, and they end up doing that same thing to their kids, and it just keeps going down,
Keeps the
keep
cycle
going.
going.
You know what I mean? That cycle keeps repeating itself. So when I asked you that question, I was like, damn, that do sound kind of a little bit familiar to
Yeah,
me, because I know like I didn't really necessarily get that support with me in my journey of wanted to become an entrepreneur. And like everybody always want to tell me, oh, you should have went to college and you
Yep.
should have did this and you should get this job. I'm like, none of this makes me happy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And that just goes to
Yeah.
why a lot of people so depressed and everybody's doing things that they don't want to do.
Yeah. I'm not going to get in relationships. I'm not going to be around people that doesn't make me happy. I'm not going to make money doing something that doesn't make me happy.
Doesn't align with it.
It doesn't, you know what I'm saying, doesn't align with what I want to do in life, what my goals are, what I feel like my purpose is on this earth is. So just sounded real familiar. That's why I had to ask you that
I feel
question.
that.
You know what I'm saying? And, they don't see it because it wasn't their dream.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't see your dream. If you don't see my dream, I can't see yours. But it's a reason why we don't understand each other.
And the people that's supposed to understand you don't understand you.
Exactly. So whenever people start getting around you and everything start to feel right, you know what I'm saying? The moment feels better once you start to do the things you want to do in life.
Facts.
I know a lot of people who always went to college, don't go to work for the degree they went for, or they like, working to just get past this month, or
Working
it's
paycheck to
just
paycheck.
depressed. And even the people who are just rich nowadays, the celebrities that you see, some of them are depressed.
Exactly.
Some of them are not happy with the life that they're living. They might not been happy with the role they played in a movie or something of that nature, but they just did it because they needed money. You never know, But at the end of the day, like I said, I commend you for owning up and being like, you know what, it's on me.
Because nobody's going to save us, you know what I mean? Save us from ourselves.
Especially men. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's a different
Especially men. That's a total different conversation. And I don't really want to talk about it because we got a girl on the show. We got a girl on the show. We got a girl on the show today. But yeah, I'm gonna shift over here. I got, my bad, Paris. I got to talk over here a little bit. So what does music mean to you, Jade?
Similar to Paris, it's my expressive outlet. But it's also the way I stay true to myself.
Right.
I feel like music's the only thing no one can really take from me, aside from like art. But even like a physical form of an art piece, like you could sell that. I feel like my music is true to me in what I'm writing and even how I construct the song.
Right.
I don't know. I love collaborating though because it mixes elements and then it pulls different parts of me, but I still remain who I am. Like, I'm not gonna have someone rearrange, like, oh, the concept should be this because it's like, but I ain't been through that. You know? So,
is it hard to collaborate with people?
not really. I mean, sometimes you come harder on a collaborative project
because it's the competitive nature and you want to see like who came at it harder.
To an extent, but not even. Like, if you work with a different energy, you're gonna get a different energy out of yourself just because like you're on a different wavelength with that person.
Right. Okay. So, Jade, I'm gonna come back to you.
Yeah.
What's your creative process?
It looks like many different things because I can like be coming from the journal with it.
Right.
I could just be straight on a beat right then and there writing to it. I'm definitely a writer though. Like, not too much of a freestyle. If it's freestyle, I'll be fooling around, but it's like off the dome, like what's going on right in front of me. Yeah. I can't be like pulling like from memory freestyling like that, but I'm definitely a writer. I get what's given to me. I used to pick my beats like back when I was independent, but working with my brother a lot, like he pulls out, that different side and element. So whatever beat he brings, I freak it,
Yeah, I respect that. Same question to you, Paris, man. What's your creative process look like?
Man, it be all over the place sometimes. Like, it be times where I won't do music for a week or two and then I'll find something, or it just depends on the beat, you know what I mean, or how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Basically how I'm feeling. Like, if I'm feeling in a very emotional mood, then you're going to get an emotional song.
Facts.
If I'm feeling in a lit mood, you're going to get something lit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It all depends how I feel in the space, you know what I mean?
For sure. I feel like that's what everything, especially when you are doing something that requires you to be creative. Um, a lot of times people are stuck with the notion of, you know, we grinding hard, we doing it 24/8, 25/8. Like you crowd your judgment, you kind of um get in this place where you get stuck a lot when you do that because it's not coming when you're in a space to be very creative, directed towards whatever you're trying to do. So, like for instance, if you got a beat and you trying to, write your verse out or write your, whatever it is, write the hook, wherever the case may be, it's hard to do it when you're not in the space to do it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody feel like they in the space all day, every day. But I'm gonna be honest, a lot of times I don't feel like doing shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I'll be like, man, I'm tired of thinking, I'm tired of doing this, I'm tired of moving. I just want to sit here and not do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times the most creative things that I do come when I'm not doing nothing, because my mind is relaxed. That my mind is able to process things and not be in a frantic of like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, and then it's like I'm putting timetables on things. Like if it's not like something that I've already pre-scheduled out or something that I've already set a date on or time on, I don't really like to have the speed of things be like, all right, we got an hour to do this, we got an hour to do I hate that because it makes it so hard for me to be real creative and really put my all into it. So
things supposed to flow,
facts,
become organic. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Because just living in the LA life, everything's so
quick.
This is this. You know what I mean?
Quick.
Sometimes you just gotta slow, because our mind's like a muscle as well too. Sometimes you gotta rest it. Sometimes it's ready to go, and then sometimes you just gotta, I'm gonna chill. There's certain beats that I've touched, like wrote it like a hook, and then didn't touch it for like 2-3 weeks, and then I touch it again. And I'm like, all right, got it.
Do you ever do a verse and then after it's done, you really don't like lose? Like, do you do a verse or make a song and then maybe a month, 2 months later, a little bit of time has passed and you don't like it no more?
Yeah. But then I came to the realization is that sometimes we're so hard on ourselves to where, like, say if I made a song today,
right,
and then you heard it, but
right,
you loved it though,
right?
You feel me? I feel like that's just with everything. We never know. We're so hard on ourselves sometimes that other people might mess with our stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's because it came from you anyway, creation.
Right.
You know what I mean? And my thing is, I don't like to think of anything now of like anything that I make gold.
Yeah.
Whether whoever believes it, I believe it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like we gotta just stop being so hard on ourselves sometimes.
I would have to agree to that, Jay. We'll touch on that.
I agree. I mean, no, for real. I mean, being yourself is the best way to be, when you're creating, and it's more relatable. Just like you were saying, like, someone might not mess with this, but they'll mess with this. Or they might just mess with it because they fuck with you as a person.
Right. Right. Okay. Paris, you answered this question. So I ain't even gonna ask you this question because you already answered it in your first. I'm gonna ask you this first. So, does your relationships correlate to your music?
That's a good question.
Yes.
In what sense? You gotta give me some insight. You can't give me one word.
Because
I can tell you she kind of like trying to hold back on me. Go ahead.
I mean, again, like with my creative process, it kind of ties into that. I always write about the present, whatever's around me and what's going on, and it doesn't even have to be like direct language. Like I'm more of like a poet when I write. Like I'll use metaphors and stuff like that. Like I could be talking about my mom, and the song's about, I don't know, a pearl.
Right.
Like, and so it's like that's the beautiful thing about art is like you can talk about things in different ways without really saying the whole thing. It's up for the listener to like pick apart. So when it comes to my relationships, I'll implement them in songs or just concepts, and some people don't know, some people do know, just based on who's around you.
Gotcha.
While you're creating.
Okay. Now I'm gonna go into a segment what I like to call "What You Choosing," and basically I'm gonna ask you a question. It's only a one. You only can give me an answer, so I'm gonna say you choosing this or you choosing that. Okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta just choose one or the other, and then explain why. You know what I'm saying? Now this first question, I think I'm gonna ask you it, but then I'm gonna ask her too. But I'm also gonna add in a bonus question for her because she's a female.
Okay, say less.
So
Look,
starting you with you, Paris. So I feel like I already know the answer to this. I don't know why I even thought about this. I already feel like I know the answer because you told me a little bit earlier. Okay, Usher or Genuine?
ooh, come on now, Usher.
Okay,
I love Genuine, but Usher.
all right.
Oh, sure.
Usher.
Why? I gotta hear this. Why though?
Vocal range, melodic touch.
Genuine vocal range is crazy
Both
though.
of them, both of them. But
Sheesh.
I don't know, like to the ear. I mean, honestly, if I could pick both, I'd pick both. But
I feel like Usher's a better entertainer. You
yeah,
know, you
definitely
know what I
has
mean?
the entertainment
So
aspect.
I feel like that is the tiebreaker. If they were in a sense where they were tied, I feel like that would be the breaker. Because if you go to a show and yeah, they sound good on the track, but they can't entertain you, like, fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's a difference between an artist or a performer and an entertainer. Some people can perform. Some people got the look. But they don't know how to entertain.
Just like some people can sing but still can't entertain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
See?
saying? So it's like, yeah, hand in hand.
Yeah.
But my bonus question, listen to female music?
Of course.
Okay, so now I'm gonna ask both of y'all. SZA or Summer Walker?
Can't do that.
They're too different.
But what do you relate to more, or what do you like to listen to more?
I had a season with both of them. You know,
Yeah.
I think Summer Walker lasted longer, but SZA's growing on me. But they're both raw. That's what I like about them, like in their lyrics and what they talk about. You know, I don't know. I think that's just the most relatable thing about them.
Got you.
Yeah.
Paris.
I like both. I'm gonna be honest. But if I had to choose, Summer, because I was just listening to Summer yesterday, so I'm gonna just have to choose Summer.
Okay, I respect that. I respect it.
But I like both though.
Okay.
Summer also got a little hood to her. That's why I think I like her a little more too. like,
Yeah. Okay. Oldies or 90s and 2000s R&B?
90s and 2000s.
I agree.
90s and 2000s.
Man, I'm telling you, when you woke up in the morning, your mom cooking them eggs and grits, and
I mean, but shit, I got the oldies too. Like I got a mixture
Nah,
of
I feel you,
both.
I feel you.
I like the oldies.
You know, I got a mixture of both. But I feel like I would have to say 90s and R&B because I'm not really listening to oldies like that. You know, like I grew up in the 90s. It's only
Same.
right that I say the 90s.
Yeah.
You know, what is your dream collaboration?
Collaboration.
Say go first. I want to hear yours first.
If she was still alive, Aaliyah. I just feel like my soul resonates most with her,
Respect
and my
that.
voice tone. I don't know. I feel her when I'm listening to her, and like just even in my own spirit, like when I'm recording or singing certain types of songs, like she's there within me.
Right. Paris? Drink. Oh, damn. I feel like I know the answer to this. Go ahead and tell me your dream
I
collaboration.
got two.
Okay.
I got two. So obviously one is Usher. That's
Right.
definitely one. And the second, Michael Jackson.
Okay. So now, I don't know. I feel like I got to ask you this because you ain't said nothing about him. What you feel about Chris Brown?
I love Chris Brown.
Okay, so if you got to rank Usher, Chris Brown, and Michael Jackson, what's the rankings?
Michael Jackson first. Usher second. Chris Brown third.
Same?
Same. You gotta go in order of the.
Because it's just like if
They all learn from you.
without Michael, it would be no
No
Usher.
Usher.
Without
Yeah.
Usher, it would be no Chris.
Okay, but if we just going just based off of their careers, their music, their style, their longevity, their impact on the game, what's the ranking?
Same.
Still the same?
I agree.
Sheesh,
What about
okay.
you? Let's hear.
Now, for me personally, I'm putting MJ first. You
Okay.
know, because I mean, see the start of it.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm gonna have to put CB before Usher
Why though?
because to me, CB's a better entertainer than Usher. To me, I mean, I'm not. I really can't say because I'm not a singer, so
Yeah.
I can't really say who's has a longer range between the two. But I can't say I just feel like CB's run is longer than Usher's. You know what I'm saying? His longevity, he's more. I feel like he's more creative than Usher. That's just me personally. Like when I seen the Michael Jackson tribute and Chris Brown went up there, I knew it couldn't be an Usher. I just felt like it was already CB because
Yeah.
I'm
I feel
like,
that. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like I could tell by the way he moving. Oh no, that's not Usher. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I know that was him. You know, but I'm gonna start with Jay on this question because it feels right to ask you this question first. Love or success?
Love. Love is the highest vibration of the
Okay,
universe.
okay, all right, fair.
Like, nah, I feel like when you find the right love, the right success will come. You feel me? Because I feel like everyone's looking for love. If in anything, whether it's relationships, whether it's whatever, we're all looking for love in some sort, shape, or form. And I feel like when you love yourself, even better. When you love yourself, you can love others in the way that you want to be loved as well. So I feel like love, love and success go coincide together.
You gotta love
Yeah,
what you do.
for sure. I feel like love brings everything together.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, um, a lot of times people always say they'd rather be successful or they or chasing money or whatever the case may be. It's just it's not. It doesn't feel like they're moving with love as the first emotion.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like even in relationships, a lot of times people always are very selfish when it comes to their relationship with their significant other.
Hmm.
Because they're always in this place of how I feel, how I feel, how I feel, how you did me, how you did me. But nobody's in a sense of saying we're in this together, so love is our first emotion.
It takes
Yeah.
two people to hang on. Once people realize that it takes two to make a good relationship go. Because, like you
Facts.
said, it's either the woman or the man. Sometimes the woman's selfish, sometimes the man's selfish. But it's
Yeah.
like when we made that agreement to be together, it's like we gotta communicate with each other. How are you feeling? How am I feeling? Let's address those feelings and let's move on.
Right.
What messes us up, we keep certain feelings together, and you might be done. It might be a couple months gone from the argument, or whatever y'all had, and then people still bringing it up, and it causes you not to, what I mean, move forward and grow.
Yeah. Um, I'm gonna let you touch on this because I'm about to go
Yeah.
in, so I'm gonna let you keep. You got anything else you want to add
Yeah,
on this?
and not even just with relationships, as in between a couple, like just siblings, the household, family, whatever, business partner. Like you need to be vibrating on a love energy to keep something flowing. Because if there's stagnation in one person because they're not taking care of themselves or loving themselves accordingly to how they think, like it's gonna throw off the next person because let's say you say what's up to your partner and he's having a bad day, then you're gonna be walking around, oh, okay. And
Yeah.
then let's say you have to do something together. It's just not gonna flow as fluidly as if y'all were in tune with yourselves first and like to love yourself, then to love another.
Right.
So
Right.
you gotta be in tune with yourself. Like I said, self love, yup. And then love each other.
Yeah. Cause y'all, damn, I shouldn't even touched on this because that messed up what I was gonna say for my legendary wisdom today. But it's cool. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna say something different. But I was gonna touch on that. You made me lose my train of thought. Um, so we're gonna go past that. We're gonna go past that. So let's see here. What are some misconceptions about the music business? What is some things that makes music feel watered down, especially in LA? What is
Sheesh.
what I'm saying? What's some things that some people do that make you feel like kind of take away from the art of music?
I feel just me being in LA all my life. Like I said, LA's saturated with a whole bunch of just crazy stuff, and I feel like now that everybody's able to pick up a mic and put a song out, and you got to realize what are they teaching? Because I feel like we're all teachers of this universe. We can either plant seeds to make things grow, or we can plant things that's bad to make things die. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like with a lot of artists nowadays, they're not promoting like back in the 90s, 2000s. They was promoting love, heartbreak. You know what I mean? Stuff that you want to listen to, and that's why some of those songs are still around. But nowadays, it's promoting death, bitches, hoes, all that extra
One
stuff,
night
and one
stands.
night stands, and
Yeah.
it's giving away the essence of like real music.
Right.
You feel me? That's why none of the old heads want to listen to. Oh, we'll turn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one big one.
No, I feel that. I feel that. Jay.
The soul is missing. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
The more we move into this, like he was saying, like, say money, power, drugs, whatever, like, that's not vibrating on that love frequency of the world. Like, in order for us to all grow together to actually make some changes in this world, we should be uplifting each other, and it's not even like making songs about positive change. It's just having a positive energy behind the songs you're creating.
Right.
Because if you promote negativity, you know, if you know anything about like frequencies and stuff, if you listen into 808s or like something, you know, that's gonna subconsciously take over your body, and you're gonna move like that throughout the day. And you don't even know why you're tired, drained, lazy. It's because of the shit you're listening to.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, imagine going to a concert, them saying all this stuff. Let's say, listen, I know there's Bad Bunny fans, but let's say you listen to Bad Bunny, he's talking about having no girlfriend, blah blah blah, and then let's say he slips in a little demonic message in there in Spanish. None of y'all know what you're listening to, but you're bopping to that.
Yeah.
And on a spiritual level, you don't know what that's doing to your body. So it's like, that's why it's important to, you know.
That's a great segue into my next question. Jade, I'm gonna let you answer it too. I'm gonna let you answer it first. What's one thing, if you could, change about the world? The agenda.
Yeah. I mean,
elaborate on that.
that's a whole nother topic.
Hey, listen.
I mean, I brought it up, but
I gotta hear.
I want to hear it too.
Yeah, I gotta hear it
You gotta
because some
say it.
people don't know, and they,
yeah. I mean, let's just speak about it in simplest terms. This world is set up for us to go through obstacles and challenges. It's not made easy for, you know, minorities mostly. People coming in from the country, women, black men, just everybody that's not in the higher ups and the 5%, and you know, people that came in with wealth or like a solid foundation, you know. So all of us grinding, and it's just it becomes hard, especially when you're doing something you love, like a craft, to be able to like build that sustainability for yourself and for your life, and to, you know, start your generation of family that's going to be set in this world. But there's always obstacles, and then, you know, there's pandemics being thrown, there's war, there's all this negativity that is causing fear and instilling fear, and fear is stopping us from having a growth mindset to be motivated to do that. That's why amongst the people, it's good that we're doing things like this, creating podcasts and platforms that are helping us educate one another and, you know, share our message and our purpose.
Right. Same thing for you. Same question for you, Paris.
What I would change about the world, I feel I'll say let's go back to when we're all born. Not when we're all born, but you know what I mean, when we're growing up as little kids. Like, I feel like why a lot of people don't love themselves and why a lot of people don't know how to use their emotions, because we were never taught how to. So maybe like starting when you're younger, learn how to meditate, learn how to process your emotions, learn how to communicate your emotions. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Because we live in a world where majority of the people are not healed. I mean, obviously, I'm still going through my healing process too, but a lot of people don't reflect on sometimes that they need the healing. We live in a society where there's always pointing the finger. It's you, it's her, it's her, it's him, it's her, it's him.
Right.
And nobody's really growing from what they've been through. So now we're just passing on the trauma from relationship to friends to this, to that, to this, to that. So I would definitely say educating on growing our minds when we're younger. You feel me? Processing our emotions, stuff like that.
And I'm gonna add to that. You can grow your mind. Never feel like you can not learn. Like, you always should be in a state of mind of learning and trying to learn. People see college as their only way of learning, but there's plenty of different avenues and different routes that you can take to learn. And 9 times out of 10, I feel like the most um, important type of learning is learning of self, um,
Facts.
and learning about yourself and why you do the things that you do, the way that you react to certain situations, and why you may be in this state of depression, why you may be in this state of the unknown of, waking up in a limbo. You wake up and you're tired, or
Yeah.
why, you wake up and feel like you're out of place.
Facts.
There's always a reason behind that. Something is contributing to that, and once you figure out what it is, I feel like doors open up for you. Um,
Facts. We don't take the time to reflect on ourselves. Sometimes people how they manage their emotions that they'll use a vice, whether that's drinking, smoking, women, men, and we just gotta get out of that.
but I feel like that's another thing. I'm gonna add to that. Then I'm gonna end it off here because I feel like we're gonna go into a whole. We're gonna go deeper into this if we keep talking about it. We definitely gonna go past an hour and a half. But I feel like that's another thing. People's minds are preoccupied with bullshit. I mean, we you touched on it earlier when we talked about the music side of things. Like, I mean, that's from TV, that's from music, that's from people who've been passing on. That's in our family that pass on the same bullshit
Yep.
from generation to
Generational curse.
generation to generation. I mean, they pass it on to diseases that we have in our bodies from the food that we've been eating for so many years, and people not associating that with how we move throughout our day, how we, what I'm saying, process our emotions, how we handle situations, and just how we are neglecting our bodies and our minds.
Sheesh.
So it's like it's. You said I shouldn't. I should
Yeah.
have kept
But
going.
you spot on though. You
Nice.
spot on.
Cause she said we gonna go. We gonna keep talking about it. And she ain't lying. Cause I'm finna go on a rant right now. And let me stop. Let me cut it out, man. But what's next with Paris, man? What's next on the horizon? What you got dropping this upcoming year, and what do you plan on doing?
Well, I just dropped a single called "Anything You Want." Y'all can check it out on all streaming platforms.
Go
About
check
to
that
shoot.
out. Go check that out.
Yeah, I'm about to shoot the video later this month, and I got an album coming out. It's called Patterns.
Okay.
So it's gonna be 7, 8, maybe 9 songs.
Respect.
Not
it.
sure yet. So that's what's to come next with me. And I got you ever heard of CMOS?
I have.
Yeah, so I got a little CMOS business popping out
That's
in the
what's up.
summer. You feel
Not
me?
little.
Now
I
look,
mean,
ooh, let me change that.
We're
Let me-
moving the
let me
word
change
little
that.
from
Let me
Let me
everything.
change
Go
that.
ahead.
Let me change
Go
that. I
ahead.
got these big
Big business.
Yeah.
Right.
CMOS coming out, man. So y'all stay tuned for that.
For sure. Now, Jade,
Yeah, and
what you
like
got
I
coming out?
mentioned, I mentioned previously, I just came out with a single called "Where You Wanna Go," WYWG,
Okay.
that Afro pop.
Y'all go
so-
check that out on all
yeah.
streaming platforms.
And I'm also working on a few things. Beginning to sell my art prints, and I'm coming out with a plant-based cookbook for
I
all my
respect it.
plant-based eaters.
How long you been in plant based?
About 7 years now.
Okay. Do you ever get the question, is it hard to be vegan?
I mean, obviously, with like inflation and all that, vegetables, all food is going up in prices. So I can understand that from that standpoint. But it's really not that hard because, vegetables, people will look at them like, oh, carrots. But
Yeah.
you can make them carrots into some dish if you really try,
Right.
Like that's why I'm providing methods and different ways to enjoy vegetables.
I'm not gonna lie, I went vegan for 2 years.
Okay.
And I wouldn't say it was necessarily hard, because of course, we made meals based off of things that we like to eat a lot.
Yeah.
But then it was things I couldn't replicate. You know what
I
I'm
feel you,
saying?
yeah.
And then that kind of made me say, "All right, now I'm back."
I'm back, baby.
But now I turned it to a point where I'm more so of a conscious eater.
Yeah.
So I'm
Like
more
that.
so of paying attention to what I eat. Like a lot of times people be like, "So wait, Will, are you a pescatarian? Are you vegan? Are you vegetarian?" I'm a conscious eater.
Yeah.
I keep it at that
And that's
because
important.
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying. Because if I say I'm one or the other, then I'm not gonna be able to live up to it. Because there's other things that I eat. You know
Right.
what I'm saying. But being a conscious eater, that means you checking how many calories you're eating a day, how much, if you eating out fast food, how many times are you doing that a week?
Mhm.
Are you cooking on a daily basis? How much oil you putting in your food? Things of
Right.
that nature to where you got to pay attention to what you're eating. And a
Mhm.
lot of y'all neglecting y'all fruits and veggies, and y'all need to stop that shit. Y'all need to cut that out
Yeah.
because there's people that's eating burgers and they don't want to add no
You want a little
lettuce.
salad? Come
They
on,
don't
man.
want to. They don't want to add
Gotta be
no
a balance.
tomatoes, no
Yeah.
onions. You just want meat and cheese. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta stop that shit. But just be a conscious eater. If you can't be full vegan, you can't be a vegetarian, you can't be a pescatarian. Pay attention to what you're eating, and making sure that you're not putting a whole bunch of that in your body on a daily
Facts.
basis. But that's. Oh, I ain't even touched on. Hold on, let me stand up for this
Hold
one
on
because
now.
I ain't get to say what I gotta say. What I got coming next, um, a whole bunch of new icon sweatsuits for Kings of Paradise are dropping. I'm wearing one right now. This is Tiffany Blue Black icon
Ooh.
sweatsuits. I got the white one, white Tiffany. It's be in the pack, so you get the white one and the black one for a set price, and it's at a discounted price. So y'all, make sure y'all go get that. The Nipsey Blues is coming out next, actually this month, end of this month. Um, I got more sweatsuits dropping. So if you got a favorite shoe that's dropping, maybe it's the Jordan 3s that's gonna be coming out next month, or maybe it's the Thunder 4s.
Put it on.
Be careful because I might have a sweatsuit coming out for that. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna have to get that pair to go with it. I got Wife Me Collective. Y'all know the lingerie band for the ladies. Y'all go check that out, ladies. If you trying to be sexy for your man and you trying to make sure y'all in a situation where y'all have that intimacy. A lot of y'all neglecting y'all intimacy with your
Yup.
mates. Y'all need to stop that shit too. Y'all need to cut that
Yo.
shit out. I'm on one today. And y'all gotta cut that shit out. And then I got Queens of Paradise dropping with a new collection. I've been neglecting y'all for a little bit. My bad. I've been doing some other stuff. So, but I got Queens of Paradise collection dropping soon. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned in for that. And y'all know the link down below is gonna show y'all where to go, kingsinparadise.com. And as at the end of every legendary wisdom show, I gotta make sure that all my guests tell y'all a piece of legendary wisdom. So, Paris, tell the people some legendary wisdom, whether that may be in their everyday life, whether that may be in music, or just how to, go about their day to day lifestyle.
I got a little piece of wisdom for y'all. Legendary wisdom. Today I feel if you don't have a plan for your life, somebody will make one for you.
That's true.
So
That's a
make
fact.
sure you know what you're doing with your stuff. You
That's
know
a
what I mean?
fact. That's a fact. Jade, same question for you.
I'm gonna give a reminder to breathe. A lot of people ain't breathing. Like we doing shallow breathing, the natural breathing of the body. But really breathe through your emotions and like be present. It's all about presence in everything you do, or otherwise you're just kind of there existing and you're not really living this life. So breathe.
Got you.
We need one from you too.
Yeah.
Don't shy away from it now.
Hey, I'm gonna give it to him every time, man. But I always do this because I had one coming in, and then I was like, damn, I gotta change it up because we touched on it too much.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna have to switch it up. Um, the battle is not with the outside world; it's from the person from within.
Mm.
Um, Never be afraid to break down the pieces of yourself that's not helping you in your future or is going to contribute to your future. Um, it's a deep dive into seeing the things about you that you don't like and trying to conquer it and help you become your future self. Um, we're quick to say somebody else is doing this wrong, they're doing that wrong, and we can see it from a far view. Like, okay, they doing this, they do that, they do this, they do that. But we gotta bring that same energy to within and be like, hey,
Mm.
check this. You doing that wrong. Hey, I do that with me. Hey, Will, you slacking, dog. Hey, Will, you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. Hey, Will, you know it's time for you to do this. You gotta have that voice inside yourself to be like, this is your push, this is your motivation. And I've come to a place where it's like for me, um, I'm at a battle with myself. I like to say I'm at a battle with myself, and I'm winning the battle right now. But it's between my older self and my
Same.
newer
I
self.
feel that.
You know what I'm saying?
Sheesh.
And it's a lot of things that I want to do that my older self is trying to pull me down from doing. Um, but at the end of the day, I love both sides because it all can contribute to me becoming my future self. So make sure y'all tune in
that.
to who you are. Tune in to, trying to break down you and conquer the older self. That is the end of Legendary Wisdom. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all tune in. Oh, I'm not doing it every week no more. It's every 2 weeks. Y'all killing me. I can't do it every week. I can't give y'all that commitment right at this moment. So it's every 2 weeks now. But I appreciate you, Paris, for coming in.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me,
No
dog.
problem. Appreciate you coming in the show, and I can't dap you up. I gotta give you a hug. So I can't stand up because we on the camera right now. But thank you, Jay, for coming in.
Thank
You my
you.
special guest today, and y'all tune in for the next episode of Legendary Wisdom. We'll holler at y'all.